Rivers about blowing 3-1 leads and getting on him about those certain scenarios that happened in the past. Look, if I'm Doc Rivers, guess what? As long as Toronto got their starters out there, I'm keeping my starters there until I secure the victory. Because if Doc Rivers or things go south or whatever the case may be, guess what? Oh, Doc Rivers, he's about to blow it again. So look, at the end of the day, Doc Rivers did what he was supposed to do. And it was the timing of the game. Like he said, they went on the run that last minute. He was just about to sub him out. It was unfortunate. But if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm doing the same thing. Matter of fact, I wish a lot of people get off of Doc Rivers' back, but I actually love it because right now, Doc Rivers is about to get in his bag. He showed me signs of it in the Toronto series, but I want people to keep doubting him because I seen Doc Rivers angry behind the scenes for 8.5 years and go out there and show what he's capable of doing, but now he's coming out publicly and showing his anger, and I know one thing about Doc, he's a prideful guy, and he's going to show the world why he's one of the best coaches to ever do it. And y'all gonna put some respect on his name.
Kendrick, you know how far back Doc Rivers and I go. You know how I feel about him. All right, so let me get that out the way first. And I'll touch on what you just alluded to because it's important. I don't think Doc Rivers is to blame for Embiid's injury either. But I do not believe he should have had him out there. I believe that he grew up 29. Joel Embiid's injury history. The fact that there's always something that happens to him. I think he's one of those dudes that you get the hell up out of there as soon as you possibly can. Because you never know what's going to happen to him. I mean, listen, that brother might mess up his fingernail walking to the scorer's table. We don't know what the hell's going to happen to Joel Embiid from game to game. I mean, that's just the way it is. And I'm not disrespecting him in any way. He's my vote for league MVP. I think he's great for the NBA. I think he's a preeminent face in the NBA, and he should be because his personality matches his game. And I think we all love him. We all respect him. We all revere the greatness that we're witnessing. He's one of the great big men to ever play the game of basketball. That's Joel Embiid. We understand that. But he's injury prone. And so things tend to happen to him that may be of an unorthodox nature, something that may not be too common, but it happens to him. And that would have been enough for me with approaching. It doesn't have to be 29. It could have been 23. It could have been 20. There's 4 minutes left. I want to sit up there and give him a break and see what my team's going to do without him. And then if I have to put him back in, I'll put him back in. But he's one of those guys I want to get out of there as soon as I possibly can, just because of what happens to him. Having said all of that, let's address this Doc Rivers situation for a second. Doc Rivers appears a bit defensive. Doc Rivers appears, to be a bit defensive or willingness to get a bit acerbic, dare I say. And guess what, Kendrick Perkins? I love it. I wouldn't have Doc Rivers any other way. Continue to be that way, coach, because let me tell you something. As a person that worked in Philadelphia for 17 years, that city respects that. When you sit up there and you go right back at them, but you go back at them with knowledge compounded on the attitude that you might have, I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Doc Rivers shouldn't be any different than what he is, but we have to understand why he might be that way. Not everybody, not most. I don't know the names or whatever. I'm just talking about from a cultural standpoint. There's people in Philadelphia trying to get Doc Rivers fired. Let's call it what it is. I'm not asking y'all. I'm telling y'all. I worked in this town. When you see storylines about Mike D'Antoni, who coached in Houston, who James Harden loves and Daryl Morey loves and all of that other stuff, you don't hear those names coming out in the Philadelphia media by accident. Somebody leaked that information to those reporters. These reporters ain't making stuff up. I'm telling you what I know. This Philadelphia here, they ain't making it up. They're getting it from somebody who's got an agenda, and they want to set the narrative that it's already in play. So if you decide to bounce Doc Rivers up out of there, you understand? You can lean on these things as excuses and rationale to justify such a decision. He's a champion. He's been in the finals twice. Yes, he's blown some 3-1 leads, and I understand that he's defensive about that. He'll tell you to look at the roster in Orlando. He'll tell you that nobody wanted to be in the bubble when he lost a 3-1 lead to Denver a couple of years ago, which is absolutely true. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, nobody wanted to be in a damn bubble. He'll tell you all of that, but in the end, as the coach, it's still his job to find a way to work around it. And during those 3-1 situations, he did it. Doesn't take away the championship he won. Doesn't take away the Game 7 finals that he lost to L.A. where Kendrick Perkins was hurt. And if that starting lineup had been in place, you might have beat the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's not forget all of that.
Preaching today.
This man knows, Doc Rivers knows what the hell he's doing. And so when I look at it from that standpoint, and I consider him to be one of the great coaches to ever coach in the NBA, you've been around 23 years. My only thing, and I'll close by saying this, all of those things I agree with you about. And I don't think that he should be out as the coach, no matter what happens to the Philadelphia 76ers this year, because I think they're about to lose to the Miami Heat. I still think he should remain the coach. But in the end, you've been around long enough. Don't come to us with the rationale. Look around the league, look at other teams, look at what they do. You Doc freaking Rivers. You've been coaching in this league for 23 years. I don't give a damn what other coaches and other teams do. They ain't you. So please don't use that as an explanation again. You Doc Rivers, you do what you do, not what somebody else or not what's conventional. And that's all I can say about it.
We got a bump. I need a yes or no, one-word answer, yes or no. Is Philly done? Perk?
No, I think this
No,
series
one word,
is going
Stephen A.
7. I haven't picked.
Stephen A?
Miami in 6.
All right. Still to come on First Take, no more Hollywood and Baltimore, but is it time to turn off the bright lights on their playoff hopes or just